I'm ready when you are, man. You're good.
This shit's already booming.
3, 2, 1. And welcome everybody back to the Built Different podcast. This is Off the Backboard, episode 19. I'm your host, Thomas, T-Sax the God, whatever you want to call me. And our other host is here. We got Matt. King Matt's in the studio. And I'm liking this one-on-one thing. I'm excited.
Yeah,
this is a different vibe for the NBA side of things. Like I said, this is Off the Backboard, episode 19. Glad to be in the studio. We got some recent headlines for you. We got some Knicks, some Lakers. We got the offseason. We got the season moving on, much more. But before we dig it in, how you doing, Matt?
I'm chilling. I'm good.
Hell yeah, The summer's coming to an end, we're in...
First day of September right here.
Yeah,
First
man,
day.
there's about 20 some odd days left of summer. Sadly coming to an end. We're about to get some cold weather soon.
Bro, last night when I was coming
it.
home, or this morning I guess, it's like 4:30 in the morning while I'm coming home. Bro, it's just like 50 degrees out. And I'm like, whoa!
Bro, I woke up this morning, it was 40.
Yeah, I'm like, what's going on?
I'm not.
You're not fucking with this.
I'm not with it.
It's too soon. Give us another month.
Yo, we've been in New York doing this shit for a while, and we're still like, nah, fuck that.
Bro, and that's the thing, because like, especially during winter, when I see people can't drive in the snow, I'm like, bro, you've lived here how long? But then I'm still out here bitching about the winter.
So, the most recent thing going on in the NBA right now is the World Cup.
Yeah.
So
basketball in general, not just the NBA.
How are you feeling about it? I got my opinions, of course. But what's your biggest opinion right now going on in the World Cup?
I mean, I think we're still the best fucking team out there, even with the B team of what we have.
Rudy Gobert is a god-awful leader. Proves it yet again.
Oh, my God.
France gets knocked on their ass.
You saw the quote at the beginning of, during the exhibition games and everything. He was in an interview. He goes... I don't got the exact quote up, but pretty much paraphrasing here. He just says, we're out here for the title. Nothing less. And then they get eliminated.
Bro, they got eliminated like a week ago.
They got eliminated right at the beginning of the actual fucking tournament.
Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, it is good to see Evan Fournier balling those. Good to see him balling those few games. The story that's going to be following him this year is cool because he's going to be either fighting for Knicks minutes or he's going to be fighting to get the hell out of there. As a Knicks fan, I support you, Evan Fournier. I hope you get some minutes somewhere. I don't know if you'll get minutes anywhere, but you're still doing your thing. But France is gone thanks to Rudy Gobert being a god-awful leader.
Australia's out now.
Yet again.
Slovenia knocked him out, got revenge for...
Yeah, Ben Simmons just has yet to play for Australia one day. When he keeps promising the fans... I don't think they care about Ben Simmons anymore out there in Australia. But, you know what's the funniest shit to me? And people are supporting it. Whatever. Hats off to Rondae, Hollis, Jefferson.
Oh, yeah. Nah, sorry. Real quick before... Wait.
Go ahead.
Nice.
Go ahead. Because I'm not fucking with it.
Don't you ever... Basketball Forever, Sports Illustrated, Bleacher Report, don't you ever fucking say, ever again... Rondae Hollis Jefferson out here looking like the left-handed Kobe. Don't you ever fucking do that again. Or I'm lighting it up. I don't give a fuck. Don't you ever fucking do it. And I watched the highlights. He was cool. He was chilling. Just because he wearing 24, don't you ever do that again. Don't disrespect the fucking Mamba.
Bro, this is like the Walmart version of Kobe Bryant trying to get off the clearance rack. Bro, he's not even in the NBA. Hasn't been in the NBA in a couple years.
He got booted up the NBA.
He's the only person on that Jordan team with even a little bit of talent.
That shit had me so tight, bro.
And he puts on a wristband and just starts dribbling the ball a little bit extra than he normally does, and now he's getting Kobe compared. That shit pissed me off.
That shit
I was like,
me.
Stop
and you know what's crazy?
The Kobe comparisons, please.
Please. And this isn't even like... I love this because Thomas isn't even like a... Like, he's a Kobe fan, but he's not a Kobe fanatic like me or... V-Man were, but he still gets it to where like it's just like chill the fuck out with the Kobe comparison.
Like it gotten so like
let him rest, bro. Let him rest.
I was so mad with the Tatum comparison, the fucking Devin Booker comparison,
Kyrie comparison,
but I got it though.
Comparison.
But I get it.
I get those.
They're superstars in our league. As much as it was annoying, whatever. I get it. But Rondae Hollis fucking Jefferson of the Jordan national team?
Bro, when he was in the NBA on the Nets, that motherfucker couldn't shoot a clip to save his life. He couldn't shoot out of fucking 17 feet.
Oh, my God.
And you out here comparing this man to Kobe now when he's already booted out the fucking league? I didn't even know we were going to talk about this, but I'm so fucking happy. Fuck this motherfucker, bro.
Right.
Real life, bro.
And I was losing my mind.
When I saw it on Instagram, I'm scrolling, all of a sudden,
all the
I see
support.
left-handed Kobe, and I'm like... And then all of a sudden I looked, I'm like, Rondae Hollis? And so I watched the highlights, and yeah, he's cooking cool, but like, that wasn't against Team USA. Once Team USA came, he got smacked the fuck off the court. Like, get him out of here, bro.
Man.
That shit had me so tight when I saw that. Like, bro, shout out to him for doing good for his fucking national team, but it's just like, come on, bro. Show the fuck out. I doubt he even liked those comparisons. Let my boy Kobe rest. Fuck that.
Yeah. Moving on, because Rondae Hollis, Jefferson.
I didn't even know we were about to talk about that.
You know,
fuck.
Shout out to you. You're balling, whatever. But the Kobe comparisons is crazy.
For everybody.
Yeah.
It needs to stop.
Anyway, you know, one last shout out to Anthony Edwards, though. You're balling. You're doing your thing.
Nah.
I love to see it.
Yo, my man.
Leading the national team.
Yo, hot take right here, right now. Going into next season. Yo, Ant might push top 10 this year, my guy. By the season end. My man Ant might be trying to push top 10.
I have another hot take, and you might actually disagree with me. I'm pushing the Timberwolves top 6. Now, the reason why I say that is because Anthony Edwards, now he has leadership. And I think that's the one thing that he was missing last year. Karl Anthony Towns is going to start the year healthy. Rudy Gobert, not for nothing, is a good regular season player. I'll give him that. They also have a good team around them. I think we shitted on the team Timberwolves because we love shitting on the Timberwolves.
I mean, because they were not great last year anyway.
Yeah.
Like the Gobert and Cat experiment, when they were on the court together, wasn't working.
Yeah.
When one was off the court and it was good.
Yeah.
But when we both were on the court at the same time, it was terrible.
I mean, I still don't like that. I think Mike Conley is still their starting point guard.
Yeah.
I don't like that. I think eventually they'll do something
I
like
think
that.
Jaden fucking McDaniels is also going to take another huge leap this year. He's going to make an all-defensive team this year. I'm throwing out there.
Yeah.
I feel like his points, I think this last year he averaged maybe fucking 12. I think he might hit 15, 16, 17 this year. I think he's going to get a bigger fucking role. Yeah. I don't hate that take. I don't see who I'm taking out to put them in for.
Oh, no, neither do I.
But I don't hate that take. I think Ant is a certified fucking superstar.
I just think
I think Ant is going to be within 3 years a top easy pushing it way into the top 10.
I think
Ant is a fucking star.
With the way that he's playing right now, I can't see them denying him the ball the way that they were denying him the ball last year.
Yeah, no.
And I think Cat is I think he's going to be perfect if he's not
Cat
number
is
one.
still.
If
Cat,
he's not number one, I love it.
He's still one of the best offensive big men we've ever seen. He can still shoot the three at a 40% clip. He can still hit his free throws. He's got good fucking footwork in the paint. He's got good fucking hands at the rim. He still does what he does. He just obviously can't play a lick of fucking defense still. Yeah. But yeah, him as a second option is much more appealing than him as a number one option. And I don't hate that too.
I would love it if Anthony Edwards emerges as a top 10. And the reason why
I can see it, man.
Shout out to Anthony Edwards.
Get KD the fuck out of the top 10.
No one said that. But Anthony Edwards, I love it because this dude is a real dude, for real. He has some real opinions. You know, he wants the dunk contest to be real again, wants the All-Star game to be real again. He's wearing this Team USA jersey with pride.
Pride.
Absolute pride. You see his interviews, you know, what he's saying about the people that wear it in the past, LeBron, Kobe, Jordan, etc., etc. He represents everything good. He doesn't want to take games off. He wants to play all 82. He's shitting on people that are load managing. I love it. I think if he stays healthy this year, yeah, I like it. I like it, and I like the T-Wolves.
I don't like saying I like the T-Wolves, and I still don't like the T-Wolves. If they do bad this year, if they do good or bad this year, I'm not going to bat an eye at it. But because either way, I think they're getting pushed out the first round, whether they make it into the playoffs or not. But I just think I don't care about the T-Wolves as themselves. I'm still out here screaming free fucking Ant. I would just rather have him on a better fucking team. Or in this team, like I said, team's not even bad. It's just they don't know what direction they want to go in. But, I mean...
Yeah, Mike Conley's their point guard.
My boy Ant.
Mike Conley.
Go crazy on him.
Mike Conley's going to make it to 20 years in this league. This is year 17.
Yeah. I mean, he might not. Low-key, last year was not great.
Yeah. But who knows?
Once he hit the TWolves, so, I mean, I don't know.
Who knows?
Maybe he might get booted out in a year or two anyway. But, I mean, he's had a nice, fruitful career. All-star, one-time All-Star. He was part of the Grit and Grind Grizzlies. He was
part of the shit show Jazz. You know, he was a part of some iconic teams.
I mean, we're not including the Jazz in that. we're just not doing that.
Grit and Grind Jazz Grizzlies, we like it. But moving on, James Harden. Let's talk about it. The situation's pretty embarrassing.
Yo, I'm actually such a huge fan that the CBA really, get it. I love player empowerment, 100%. I love that the CBA is shitting on some of these stuck-up ass players now, thinking that they can just bully their way out of teams. And now you're going to get a repercussion for doing such. And James Harden, Dame, we're going to be getting to Dame afterwards, but it's just, you made a commitment to the team. Follow fucking through. Stop being a fucking spoiled brat. Not everyone gets a ring. Not everyone gets shit catered to them. Deal with it and work harder. Get the fucking ring. Like, it's just like, bro, stop trying to get out of these situations that you put yourself in. You wanted out of Houston. Where'd you want to go? To fucking Brooklyn. What didn't work out? Going to Brooklyn. You wanted out of Brooklyn. Where'd you go? You want to go to Philly. You're in Philly. A year and a half into Philly, guess what? You don't like the fucking franchise. You like the players, not the franchise. Now you're wanting out of Philly.
So
like,
weird.
What the fuck are you doing, bro? Figure yourself out before you want to fucking decide what the fuck you want to do with basketball. Because clearly, you motherfuckers don't got your priorities set up. I'm tired of players just trying to bully themselves out of situations.
Now, I somewhat get where James Harden is coming from. He agreed to take a pay cut so that he could get paid. But then he wanted to opt out and then said that Daryl Morey was, promising to trade him.
Well, no, because originally, he took the pay cut to get a max this year if he opted out of his deal.
But you have to face reality.
That's the thing. Like, you're not worth a max contract anymore, at least not a 5-year. Fuck no.
Like, I get you're, still crazy efficient. Whatever. Like, passing the ball, still crazy efficient. Like, I think really a big pivotal role in Embiid winning the MVP. I'm not going to sit here...
Oh, 100%.
I'm not going to sit here and totally shit on James Harden.
No, and he was the assist leader this past year and everything, too. But it's just like, come on.
So, I mean...
You're on the wrong side of 30.
I kind of, it's embarrassing from both sides. Like,
100%.
I want to go through the 76ers history
100%.
real quick. You know, they flopped with Okafor really bad. It was like a monumental flop, right?
Go back further.
Nerlens Noel, that was a
Michael
flop.
Carter Williams, Nerlens Noel,
Michael
Jeremy
Carter Williams, was he really supposed to...
He won Rookie of the Year.
In a very bad...
Not as bad as you would think, but he won Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
And he was, a 7th pick? Maybe 11th, but still, he was supposed to be really good. His first game in, he put up a 35-point triple-double against the Heatles. Like,
the Heatles?
That you don't know, that's what the Miami Heat are. But it's just like, bro, like, people thought that rookie year, people thought Michael Carter Williams was about to do something. So... They kept fucking up every fucking pick. Anyway, continue. Then Jalil.
You know, Okafor, that was a very bad monumental flop. It was honestly, very hard to fuck that up. Because he was a good player. You just had to develop him. And you couldn't.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to shit on Okafor.
No.
Okay.
You just had to convince that guy to stay in shape.
I think... the biggest thing for Okafor as well is... His footwork was fucking phenomenal in my opinion.
Right.
His touch around the rim was good. It's just he didn't play really a lick of defense that rookie year. Right. And given he's also 19, so you got to convince a young dude to play defense.
Yeah.
But I think he was
a lot of pressure.
I think Jalil Okafor type is just a couple decades too late. It's just, but at the same time, develop him to be more than that. Because Jalil Okafor was talented as fuck, and he was. Going into the draft, he was touted as the number 1 pick. It wasn't like they took a chance on him and he was maybe top 3 suggested. No. He was number one pick
guy.
worthy, and then Cat was fighting for a number 2 spot. That's how the draft went. So it's not like Jalil wasn't that guy. Right. They just didn't know what the fuck to do with him, and then gave up once Embiid was getting healthy, because Embiid was the...
Shout out to Jalil Okafor. I hope you're doing something nice in life. Yeah. I was really pushing for it. Damn. You're in there.
Not that I'm not hoping, but I don't know if you would.
But Nerlens Noel, he was a flop. Like, you drafted Noel. He had already destroyed himself in college. Markelle Fultz was a complete and utter flop of... I don't want to say of a pick, but an attempt. I think the Fultz shit was an attempt, because they already had Ben Simmons. Fultz, you couldn't help any of these players.
And you know what's crazy about those last 2 people you talked about? So let's go back to Nerlens Noel. They didn't even fucking draft him. New Orleans drafted him, and guess what they did? They traded Drew Holiday, who was an all-star that year, for Nerlens Noel.
Good call out.
And also Markelle Fultz. They were the number 3 pick. Boston was like, oh yeah, or Danny Ainge, doing Danny Ainge shit, was the number 1 pick. They traded down with Philly. Philly got number 1. Guess who Boston got? The best player in that draft, Jason Tatum, hands down. At number 3. Yeah. And guess what Philly did? Fucked up the bag when they were at number 3. Went number 1 and got Markelle Fultz.
I mean, but that's my thing. I don't think Markelle Fultz was the wrong pick. It's crazy.
I always thought Tatum was better.
But no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Markelle Fultz wasn't the wrong pick. Okafor wasn't the wrong pick. Ben Simmons wasn't the wrong pick. Yeah. Embiid wasn't the wrong pick. They fucked up on every single occasion.
Remember a few episodes ago when I was going through the front office of Philly? You remember who their fucking player development? Yeah, Roy Hibbert's their fucking player development staff. Like, what are we fucking doing, Philly?
Right. So I just think this is a mess of a franchise that got lucky with Embiid. Because
they got lucky that Embiid became healthy. Because he sat out 2 whole years.
And don't forget, Ben Simmons sat out a whole year. And they got lucky that Simmons ended up something that they could trade for James Harden.
But then they ran him out of town.
Ran him right out of town.
Given, he had his flaws, of course. But it's just like, how you going to expect this player to want to play for you when you just keep running him through the mud? It's just like, come on.
Because it's like,
that comes down to, the franchise, but also you fans. The fans, man, y'all are ruthless.
You want Ben Simmons to shoot, I get it, but does he really have to shoot if you can surround him with shooters and just...
He was a defensive fucking stalwart, and he was one of the best passers in the league without shooting.
Just put shooters around him.
That year that they had J.J. Redick on the team with him, oh my God, he was bugging the fuck out just with J.J. Redick.
And then
J.J. Redick averaged like 18 that year for some reason.
And then just to put the cherry on top to end the whole 76ers thing, like Jimmy Butler. Like, you know what I mean? Like the whole Jimmy Butler thing, choosing Tobias Harris.
They chose him over me?
Yeah, like Tobias Harris over Jimmy Butler, even then, like even at the time it was crazy, now it's crazy. Either which way, but
what's stupid is you could have kept them both if you wanted to pay the luxury tax, but let's just say you only choose one. Bro, just fucking choose the better of the 2. What the fuck does that even... I don't get it.
I get the whole that, but if you flip the coin, like you said with James Harden, he's just very selfish. I don't know what's going to make him happy. But, he left OKC, which
that was not his choice.
No, for sure.
That was the Thunder... being fucking stupid
and cheap, a little cheap.
Very, not a little, very. But they had the money to pay Serge and Harden, but they would have had to pay the luxury tax like the Warriors did,
right?
Where they were like $700 million just in luxury tax every year, just because it was so fucking heavy. The fucking Thunder would have had to be somewhere in that range as well, but they could have done it, or choose the one with superstar upside and not the one who just can block some shots every now and again. Like,
fair.
You still chose the wrong fucking player in that instance, but whatever.
He goes to Houston, blows it in Houston bad. He had a chance to, defeat the KD Warriors, but
that also comes down to
missing many shots in a row.
Yeah.
They had him on the ropes, man.
But I know. They should have won that game. They only lost it by 7 after missing 23
after
straight
being
threes.
Up by like almost 20.
No, not that game. They were never up 20 in that game.
The game that they missed so many shots in a row, they were at least up by 16.
I'll say not 20. That's
why. Well, it's a round up.
Okay.
Round
up?
You know me. I like to
Kobe didn't score 81. He scored 90. Round up. I'm not fucking with
wow.
you. But
yeah,
it's just either way. But I mean, CP3 health, I think they would have won it in Game 6 rather than even going to a Game 7. But
that's what I mean. Like, James Harden blows it 2 games in a row after being up, going late. And he just completely shits the bed.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
He had his chance right there to win a ring.
That also shows me, too, it's just like everyone, and given I'm one of those guys. I'm one of those guys who straight up, KD ruined the league because he went to a team that made it unbeatable. I mean, they were about to be beaten by a team that wasn't even really touted as the finals favorite. So
that's what I mean. Like, really, like, unbeatable, but at the same time, they had no bench whatsoever. And you could tell, like, in that finals against the Raptors, they fell the fuck apart because they didn't have the depth, and they were playing the shit out of Steph, Clay, Draymond, and KD because Steph was the only player remaining basically at the end of the day, and they had Draymond just shooting threes because he was the second best player on the court. But even he was half injured.
Shit, DeMarcus Cousins.
DeMarcus Cousins just trying to make the biggest comeback of all time as well. But he goes to the Nets. He refused to be in good shape that whole entire Brooklyn Nets run after wearing a fat suit in Houston and getting his way out of there. After Houston literally gave James Harden everything that he fucking wanted. Like, James Harden could have probably stayed in Houston for the rest of his career and gotten everything that he wanted. And then now you're in Philly. You're with the MVP, and that isn't good enough. So I don't know. I don't know what he wants. Because now you want to go to the Clippers with 2 injured stars and Russell Westbrook, and it's not going to work. I don't know what he wants.
I'm just fucking tired of James Harden. I think he should just get over himself, commit to a fucking team, or retire at this fucking point. And just figure out your fucking role. You're not that guy anymore to go out and give you 35 every night. You're not.
But he
that
can do it every
anymore.
now and then.
But you need to know that you're not that guy to do it every night anymore.
Right.
Be that guy who's just doing 20 and 10 and be happy about it. Stop trying to be James Harden 7 years ago, 6 years ago. You're not that guy anymore, pal.
And
that's just I'm good on James Harden.
I'm good on James Harden as well.
Package. Them as a franchise needs to look out for their interest in the future. Yes, you committed to them long term and you were loyal as fuck. But at the end of the day, they are a business. They don't give a fuck about you if you want to leave them. And he needs to understand that the NBA is a business. He's been in it way too long to not understand that.
Business, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna change my take because I know last week I kind of went against Lillard a bit. At the end of the day, in a league that's, constantly you see superstars, like you said, abusing these teams on their way out the door, Dame's not doing any of that. He's not even shitting on them now.
Because the league straight up told him
now, but even before, all he's saying is, "I just want to go to Miami." He's not saying,
but
fuck
you can't
Portland,
say
fuck these owners,
he's never gonna be disrespectful to Portland because he loves them to death.
So
he actually loves them. So that's why I said I got more sympathy and respect for Dame, but it's just the fact that he thought he was just gonna get wherever he wanted.
Right, but
he should have known better.
This dude, for the past 5 years before this, has faced so much pressure to leave. And just didn't and stuck it out. I honestly think he deserves this. He deserves to pick where he wants to go.
No.
I'm not saying that he deserves to go where he wants to go because no player deserves that. You're making millions of dollars to play the game that you love.
Yeah, you deserve to pick it.
I feel like he does deserve to say, hey, I want to go to Miami. I sat here and stuck it out with you guys. You guys still haven't put the team together.
Yeah, you're right.
Send me to Miami. You guys can get Tyler Hero.
So that's the difference. You can say whatever you want. Yeah. You can say, send me to Miami, or I want to go to Miami. But what is not going to happen is them just going to fucking do it. That's the thing.
And at this point, I don't know why the Blazers are hanging on.
Because...
$60 million's a lot of money, but they should be working to get rid of him. I don't know why.
They should be.
A disgruntled Dame don't sound good.
Yeah, no, I don't know why they aren't really taking many offers. But at the same time, it's just I'm setting him to where I can get the best package. I don't give a fuck about his feelings. Real talk. As a business standpoint.
That's fair, but at the same time, like I said, in a league that's not loyal anymore, to be one of the very, 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 very few loyal guys, you got to reward that. Especially, you're the Portland Trail Blazers.
No. I'm good, bro.
Especially like he wants to go to Miami. There's a good package there. Even in a 3-way trade, you can get shit.
But they haven't found a team that's willing to do a 3-team trade. They haven't found a third team.
I
that's
honestly
willing.
don't think they've even really tried.
We don't know that, but I just think go out and try to get the best offer. But you have to actually try and shop him. I don't think Portland is really shopping him. They're waiting for people to come to them, but that's not going to happen. Nobody gives a fuck that much. It's just Dame. I mean, given it's not just Dame Dame isn't just Dame. It's like Dame is one of the best scorers of all time. But it's just like you need to realize the league is filled. It's at its highest point of having instant scorers. So he doesn't bring defense. He doesn't bring like elite passing ability. He has good offensive IQ for how to get a shot up. But Dame doesn't really have a package that, like, teams 100% fully need right now that are already contending. So it's just, like, they need to actually shop him rather than waiting for people to come to them.
And it's crazy because Jason Tatum says he tried to recruit him to Boston, but he flat out said no.
Yeah, because that was during the time, too, that Jaylen Brown was going in talks for KD and shit like that. Yeah. Tatum was in talks with Lillard, and Lillard was just
Imagine Jaylen Brown in Portland, I know Portland would have just been like, yeah.
Man, Jaylen Brown...
I know it wouldn't have been straight up.
Jaylen Brown would have been averaging like 29 points a game there.
Yeah. But, I mean, I don't know. I think at the end of the day, like, Damian Lillard does deserve, in some way, shape, or form, he does deserve to end up in Miami. I also, at the same time, feel like it's the wrong move for him. I don't think he's going to win going to Miami. I mean, at the beginning of the offseason, I felt like it was perfect because they would have had the rest of the offseason to fill their roster
at this point,
around him.
They didn't fill shit in the roster.
They don't have nothing anymore.
So,
what are they going to do? Get Kelly fucking Oubre and Christian Wood, and now all of a sudden we're supposed to believe that they're going to go compete?
Yeah, because, that report was funny as fuck. The Heat are frontrunners if they get Dame to want Kelly Oubre and Christian Wood. Okay.
What does that matter? They're not signed. No one fucking wants them.
What?
No offense. I think Kelly Oubre would be a fantastic bench piece for a lot of teams.
Yes.
But
he has showed... Bro, do you remember when he was supposed to be the sixth man for the Warriors like 3 years ago?
Yeah, shit the bed.
Bro.
Right along with D'Angelo Russell.
He won... I think he went like 10 games before he hit his first three. He was like 0-32 or some shit, bro. It was just like... He's shown to be very inconsistent season by season basis. Yeah, last year for Charlotte because there was no one on the team because everyone was injured. Yeah, he averaged 20 and but then the year before that he averaged 9 and wasn't efficient at all. It's just like he's shown to be very inconsistent. So it's just like, yeah, he's a risk. He's a risk taking because you don't know what Kelly Oubre you're going to get. And Christian Wood. It's just Christian Wood. I mean,
he's relevant.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if this is it for him.
He got one big contract in his career.
I mean, he might get signed halfway through the year when a team needs depth, but and then he'll average
I think
15 and 10.
I think by training camp he's gonna get picked up by somebody.
He'll average 15 and 10 for the fucking the Hornets.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see some bullshit team just picking him up to pick him up.
Yeah, but overall, I don't know this Damian Lillard situation. It's deflating and it sucks because I want to see this guy win, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing.
I want to see him win.
I do like Lillard.
It reminds me of Melo, man. Reminds me of Melo. I want to see him. Not that the situation's at all similar.
No.
But I just want to see him win one. Yeah, I want to see Dame win.
Yeah. Same with CP3 for me. I wanted them to beat the Bucks when Suns and Bucks went in the finals, only because I just want CP to get that ring. That was literally it.
Yeah, I'm cool.
There's just some player now I'm cool on CP, but back then he was still one of my favorite. Yeah, he's still one of my favorite points.
I like seeing legends get their ring,
but yeah, it just defines their legacy a little bit more. Charles Barkley might be a top 13 player of all time rather than a top 18 player of all time in some people's opinion if he had a ring. It's just little things like that could just bump your legacy.
If he was pretty popular back then. If he had a ring, he might have been top 10. They might have been.
I'm talking about all time right now.
No, that's what I'm saying.
No,
they might have been really play. If he would have beaten Jordan once, they would have They would have really.
Oh well, if he beat Jordan, yeah, I'm talking about. I'm saying the years he would have won would have been the 2 years Jordan was.
Don't mind me for my knowledge, but like that's the only time he made the finals, right? Was against Jordan.
Yeah.
Yeah, if he would have beat Jordan, I'm pretty sure people would have fucking been like, Charles Barkley.
Yeah.
Because they were already like he was a fan favorite back in the day as
people
well.
love Chuck, but it's just like I wouldn't put him top 10 with a ring. I just think everyone in the top 10 is marginally better than him.
Because I don't know, because then that would be like putting him up there with Tim Duncan.
And I think Tim Duncan is just like a good leap ahead of him.
Yeah.
And also, 5 rings compared to 1. Given that 1 would have been over Jordan, but 5 rings compared to 1, especially because one of those rings for the Spurs was against... 2 of the rings for the Spurs was against LeBron. So it kind of equals out.
But did LeBron ever get a ring against Jordan? No, I'm fucking with you.
I was like, huh?
But moving on. What is your realistic expectation of the New York Knicks?
So I'm going to do like a ceiling and a floor for them.
Okay.
I low-key think there's... I'm going to be real. I think their ceiling could be like a 3 seed, low-key. Like, I'm not... Like, maybe if the Bucks is really unhealthy and Giannis just can't hold it for him no more, maybe a fucking 2 seed, low-key. Because I think the Celtics is definitively just the number 1 team in the East. So if we're talking... But I'm saying ceiling, I could see the Knicks being a 2 seed,
If we're talking ceiling, I could see a very overhyped regular season where the Knicks possibly get the 1 seed. Possibly.
Oh, I don't see one because I think
if the Knicks get the 1 seed, they're gonna fall hard in the playoffs.
Okay, because I'm saying what I'm seeing is because what we were kind of saying in the last episode, all 3 of us, it was just the Celtics are just way better than the rest of the East. Not in that they just have a solid margin ahead.
But also, I
could see the floor low key being like a 6 seed.
But look at this rotation though.
The rotation, it's deep, bro. Yo,
Jalen Brunson, Quentin Grimes, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson.
I'm not going to hold you. I think Josh Hart might be in a starting lineup.
Right, but if he's not. If he's not.
Just because what he's showing on Team USA, he's a fucking team. And he's always been. But it's just like, for them to even put him on Team USA over Trae Young is fucking mind-boggling to me. But it just shows...
They need that little glue player.
They need the glue player, they need the defense, and they need a leader. And that's what he is. And so I could see him being in the starting lineup.
Now, you go to the bench, and you're talking about quickly.
6th man of the year probably next year.
DiVincenzo, Josh Hart, Hartenstein. And then you go to like the bullshit little third stringers. Miles McBride, who can fill in for these guys. Isaiah Roby, Jericho Sims... Evan Fournier, who's trying to, he's very motivated this year to get his career back.
I don't even know how he gets brought up twice in this episode, but Evan Fournier.
It's the Evan Fournier episode.
No, it's
not. But, I mean, listen, that depth chart, it's insane to me. With health, even if,
even they could get injured and they still have a solid team.
And that's what you saw last year.
Yeah.
Even when Julius Randle went down and then even, sucked in the playoffs, this team still won games.
And to me, that's just the definitive factor. It's just yes, regular season, Jalen Brunson, dog. R.J. Barrett, dog. Julius Randle, all NBA player 2 of the last 3 years.
Dog.
And then, dog. Mitchell Robinson, dog. But then it's just comes to the playoffs, man. Just
They burned out.
Not even they. He first game in burned the fuck out.
Well, Julius Randle also had that I believe it was knee or ankle in the last 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah, it was ankle, but I get it. It's just like you've made it to the playoffs now 2 times in your career, and you have terribly shit the bed both times. Given this one could have been just because of you had an ankle injury, but he just looks lost out there. Kinda, I feel like
I'm gonna call my shot. I definitely see the Knicks in the Eastern Conference Finals this year. I definitely see it. I think the reason why I say
if they're on the opposite side of the bracket as Boston, yes.
If you're Tom Thibodeau, this is the best team you've had since Chicago.
Yeah, hands down.
Honestly,
hands down.
With the bench being better than what you had in Chicago, this could be a better team than what you had in Chicago. It's just you don't have MVP Derrick Rose. That's in my opinion the difference. The defense is on par, not as good, but it's on par.
I'm talking about the bench. No, the Bulls had some decent benches throughout his time, bro.
whether you have Josh Hart or Quentin Grimes on the bench, you have quickly DiVincenzo and Hartenstein. That's insane. Especially with what Hartenstein gave you last year.
Yeah, no, I love this Knicks team, low-key, and given, I'm a New Yorker and everything at heart, but it's just like, I never really thought that I just would be happy to see a Knicks team do really good, and it low-key just, it makes my soul happy that they're actually finally doing good.
And I think Thibs, I think he's going to understand, what went wrong last year, at least I'm going to hope. I think the Knicks...
No.
I think he will. And you have the team to finally rest players. And I think that's what's going to happen.
It's just Tibbs, bro. It's just Tibbs, bro.
It's going to happen.
He got Luol Deng and Derrick Rose dead, almost, on the Bulls. And didn't get it.
He killed Derrick Rose.
He didn't get it.
Yeah, he killed Derrick Rose. Oh, man, Jalen Brunson, R.J. Barrett, Julius Randle as your big three. Mitchell Robinson, not saying he's as good as Joakim Noah, because I think Noah was the better defender.
Yeah, he was top 5 in MVP voting the year he won Defensive Player of the Year somehow.
It's just their offense wasn't as good as the Knicks, and the Knicks have a good defensive scheme that's on par with that Bulls defense.
Again, I wouldn't say it's not. I feel like those teams are pretty compatible.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say either team had a better anything.
Either which way, Thibs should not have gotten this chance that he got.
Yeah, he shouldn't have gotten
I
the
was so shocked when the Knicks hired fucking Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah, I thought he was done after his
Minnesota. Yeah, because he just got all of his guys back, and they were all just old, and everyone was wondering what the fuck was going on. And then he got a disgruntled Jimmy Butler, and everyone was still wondering what the fuck was going on.
No, even when he got Jimmy Butler was actually happy to be there the first year.
Yeah,
This is the turning point in Jimmy Butler's career, especially with Minnesota. This is where Jimmy Butler became the guy known as toxic. Now it's just they were a 4 seed in Minnesota with Andrew Wiggins, Jimmy Butler, Cat. They were a 4 seed. Jimmy Butler goes down, and this is deep into the year. It's not they were a 4 seed 10 games in, so anything could happen. No, they were a 4 seed 50 games in. And then Jimmy Butler got injured. Respectfully, he got injured. He was putting in work that year. And then 20 games go by, and they're a 10th seed. And so Jimmy Butler now comes back while still injured to help them win. They sneak in last game of the year against the Nuggets. Whoever wins this game gets 8th seed. They was such an intense game. So I'm whoa, that really doesn't usually happen. The last game of the year decides the 8th seed. Yeah. And so them two really just went down to it, and Jimmy Butler put in fucking work, beat Jokic, got into the 8th seed slot, and so all was good. I mean, they got booted in the first round because Jimmy was still hurt, but Jimmy Butler put in everything he got to get him from a 10th seed to an 8th seed. And then that's where the turning point was, all right, this team's soft. They went into that offseason, this team's soft. Went into training camp, this team's soft. And then that's where everything blew up.
Jimmy Butler really built different for
Jimmy Butler built different. Bro, he took the third stringers and smoked the starting lineup.
Fuck Cat, fuck Wiggins.
Fuck Teague, because Teague was the starting point guard on the team. No, Zach LaVine was not on that team.
Yeah, he was.
Zach LaVine got traded for Jimmy Butler.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Zach LaVine and the rights for Laurie Marketing and Chris Dunn got traded for Jimmy Butler.
All right, that's fair.
Knowledge.
All right, we'll cut that.
No. Keep it in.
Yeah. It's nah.
Yo, also, 2 episodes ago, fuck you. Because
I know exactly what you're talking about. No, go ahead.
Because this man swore to me when we were talking about the Nets that Cam Thomas got a rookie max and an extension. I'm bro, no, he didn't get an extension because you were swearing. No, that's why he's going to get more playing time. They committed. And I'm bro, he's still on his rookie deal. He did not get an extension. You swore to me.
I'm big bullshit guy.
He just be not knowing shit and just be guessing sometimes.
But that's why all those analysts on TV that don't be knowing shit, I'm right on par with y'all motherfuckers. But
do you want to be on par with Max Kellerman?
Yes. Fate of the world.
Fate of the world. The Martians has the death beam on us. Who do you want taking the last shot?
But to wrap up this Knicks shit, ceiling though, or the floor?
I say floor is 6th seed.
Yeah, I cannot see this team not making the playoffs.
Oh no, this team's making the playoffs. Unless everyone gets injured.
Yeah.
Which I don't see happening.
Even if players struggle, get injured, they have draft picks to get aggressive. They have draft picks. Some of these players can go if they really want to get aggressive. They have the ability to flip this team around halfway through the year and refreshen it up if they really have to. The New York Knicks. I'm fucking
Bridges.
Yo, I said this. I said this while I was getting my haircut today.
Bridges. Sorry.
Oh, I would fucking love that. Bro.
Villanova.
I would fucking queef.
Stand up.
I would queef in my pants. I would cum in my pants. I would fucking shit in my pants if we got fucking Karl Bridges. Let's fucking go. Get it done. Trade whoever. Just. The Knicks, baby. Nah, but I said it in the barbershop about the Knicks. This is like the first time in my life that I'm excited to be a Knicks fan because ask Matt, I was a critic of the Knicks the entire time we had Carmelo Anthony. And I know Matt is very he's scarred right now.
He's trying to process what just happened.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, nah, he wasn't a huge fan of Melo. Not that he wasn't a huge fan of Melo, he just wasn't.
I wasn't a huge fan of the team.
He wasn't a huge fan of what Melo was turning the team into.
And honestly, like this is the first time I'm excited to be a Knicks fan. I'm not saying that this team right here can win the whole thing.
Yeah, I think this is a team where you don't really know what they can do.
Like, one trade deadline acquisition away, I think though.
I don't even think that's even like that would definitely put it over.
That. Or
I feel like
one progression of RJ Barrett or one show up of Julius Randle.
Yeah,
if one of those two things
this
happen,
team low key, like I wouldn't be shocked if they went out and just like got crazy and really like went deep into the playoffs and shit just because they're that skilled and talented.
RJ Barrett's fucking balling too. He's balling right now for Canada.
Bro, I'm saying that can't.
Oh no, I know
that Canadian
but
team
like
is crazy.
So moving on to your team, realistic expectation of the Lakers. I'll start with this.
Yeah, you can start.
Ceiling, I think, is obviously the NBA championship just because they've done it before, and I think they have a better team than they had when they won. I think that's obvious. I think they finally. You shitted on me when I made this first take, but I'm gonna make it again.
What?
They have a team that's built to win games when LeBron gets hurt.
I didn't shit on you when you said that.
Yeah, you were like, "Whoa, chill."
No, I said chill because you said when LeBron gets hurt, not if.
When he's an old man.
Still chill.
He's an old man.
Chill.
He's an old man.
Don't speak it into existence. But I do agree with what you're saying. Yes, they have a team that is built to deal with that.
I'm not shitting. Why is what the fuck? That was there all episode.
Was it? It's
just
just
a hair.
I didn't even see it.
But
it was mine. No.
But when because LeBron's an old ass man.
When is
apparently he's gonna have this ankle injury for whatever amount of time. But you finally have a team that when LeBron gets hurt, and I don't want to say when because AD seems to be in good shape. Seems like he's taking shit seriously now. With or without LeBron, with or without AD, hopefully not with or without both. You have a team that can win games because Austin Reeves, it seems like he's going to continue to play really fucking
57 points in it. No. Bro, so I got a notification when they were going against Jordan that Austin Reeves in 21 minutes put up 57 points, and I almost had a heart attack. And so Austin, I go and I look up the box score, and Austin Reeves only played 18 minutes and had 8 points, and I was so upset because I was like, Twitter is fucking my head up right now, or X, whatever the fuck it is now.
It's X, sadly.
Whatever. Fuck
but yeah, I think that's their ceiling is definitely NBA championship.
Yeah.
Do I think they'll win it? As of right now, I'm gonna say no so far.
I don't got them as the number one favorite.
I gotta see how LeBron is. I mean, it's another year.
I low-key still got the Nuggets as the favorite, high-key. Nuggets and Celtics are my two favorites.
I got Celtics and Grizzlies.
Okay.
It's so funny that I'm on the fucking... well, no, I'm still on the Grizzlies side. Crazy.
Yeah. I'm still on the Nuggets side.
Damn.
So would he have been, so it's okay. Because it's just... Bro,
arms of an angel.
I just think first 25 games, he's still going to be out. So I think the record is going to be affected by that a little bit. And given, the team can withhold without having Ja. That's been the one of the biggest story. Clearly not the biggest because Ja's on the team. Ja's the biggest storyline. But I just think they might get put on the wrong side of a bracket when it comes to playoffs because they might be lower than they need to be. And I think that they might hit a really good team early on, they did this past year. They hit the Lakers first round, which wasn't in their favor. Yeah. And they got booted out as a 2 seed. It's just I think they might just have the same type of thing happen. So
for the Lakers, I got their floor as playing because I think I
think last year could happen again.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I don't think they'll fall outside of the play-in because I don't think LeBron is going to let that happen.
No,
because if he doesn't make the playoffs this year, that would suck for his legacy. That would suck.
2 of the years with the Lakers, he doesn't make the playoffs. 3. Because the first year he went there, he was injured.
Yeah, he hurt his groin, was sitting away from the players. That was a nasty year. That was a nasty year.
And then the next year they won. Thankfully, they won it all.
Yeah. After trading everybody away.
But then the year after that, they got out in the first round. And the year after that, they didn't make the playoffs again. So, yeah, if he goes 3 years on this team without making the playoffs, that's definitely something to his legacy. But at this point, I also am at the standpoint of it's LeBron. I feel like nothing could really, at this point, hurt his legacy. Yeah, he's old LeBron. Nothing can really diminish his legacy. His legacy stands as what it is. So, I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm same agreement. I could see the ceiling championship floor, 7th seed, but in the play-in still just because it's a 7th seed.
That's fair.
Yeah. Just because you never know with this fucking team. I'm so sorry. They kept the players they needed to keep.
Smooth offseason. Just got to wait and see.
Smooth criminal. Rob Pelinka might have saved his career.
Yeah, because, that trade dedeadline, killer. Offseason, killer. I don't think we can say anything bad about him for another couple of years.
Because real talk, that Russell Westbrook shit really almost had me, on the fire that motherfucker team, bro.
No, I was fully on that. That was disgusting. Yeah, because your 4th best player was Austin Reeves when Austin Reeves wasn't clouded up yet.
Yeah.
What is this white fuck doing here?
Yo!
No, that's what it's.
All right.
You got any other opinions on your Lakers?
Nah, bring us that ring, baby. And guess what? You know what's even good? Best 2024 Kobe year. You know what we saying? Bring a championship. Who's the 2K cover this year? Kobe. Bring us a ring this year for Kobe. If you don't, I'll hate you for it. No,
wow. Matt becomes a fucking Kings fan. No.
The beam! No.
So what was your most impactful move from the offseason?
So I had a little slight move earlier that I was thinking about. Who was it? Who was I saying earlier when we were talking? And I was like, oh, yeah, that was one of my... Damn, they definitely just slipped my mind. I didn't have him written down just because he was just going to be a throw-in. Oh, I don't remember. Fuck him. Kristaps Porzingis. The acquisition of Kristaps, I feel like, is just it was one of the only big players that was really moved this offseason. And I just think...
Undoubtedly made the Celtics number 1.
Yeah, I just think it pushes the Celtics over
He's already
the
hurt,
fucking edge.
But... typical Kristaps shit.
Typical, but it's just barring injuries for that whole fucking team, because that whole team tends to get injured every now and again. I think this team could really just win it all, and it's not even close. For me, like I said, I have Nuggets and Celtics in my power rankings of who I think could win it all. But as of right now, I'm saying...
What say you of those guys if they don't win?
What is this, Lord of the Rings? What say you? What are we doing? What are we doing? If one of those teams don't win?
No, if the Celtics don't win.
Oh, because the Lakers beat them or the Nuggets beat them. That's why. What do you mean? What say you?
Dude, jump to the Lakers. No, but I'm saying Celtics don't win.
Oh, what happens next for them?
Not kind of what happens next, but how do we feel about them? How do we feel about Tatum?
It depends. Well, to me, it just depends.
It could be a disaster.
To me, it depends on why didn't they win? Because if they didn't win because team players were injured, it's just all right, we got to chalk that up to all right, players were injured because that happens, and we can't deal with that. Well, it's not something we could work through. They're just injured. But if it's of the fact that Jason Tatum again couldn't play in the first half because he's dog shit in the first half. or it's because Jaylen Brown then shits the bed because he can't dribble with his left hand and turns the ball over 7 times in a game. If it's because of those things keep happening, then a change needs to happen. But if it's just because injuries happen, but everyone played their ass off, you can't really knock them for that. So it's like it's just like, how did they lose for me? If they lose one way,
that's why I like the Kristaps Porzingis acquisition, because
he adds another layer to the team.
Out of him, Horford, and Time Lord, it's almost a guarantee that one of them is going to be hurt at all times. So you at least have 2 of them healthy.
But if all of them are healthy, that's like that's a versatile front court.
That is nutty.
That's a versatile
imagine
rotation.
Horford coming off your bench.
Yeah, imagine. Well, first off, imagine the defense of 7'3" Kristaps. Then at the 4, and then
Tatum
Robert Williams.
And then Tatum at 3.
Yeah.
Because he plays a lot of the 4 on defense.
And then, you got Jaylen Brown. So, no, you got Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Kristaps, and Robert Williams all in the lineup at once. The defense is just ridiculous.
Bro, that means Jaylen Brown always gets to go on the best guard.
Yeah. But first off, what's crazy is, too, Derek White was an all-defensive team player this year. It's just like that team... If all things go well, sky is the limit for them. But again, it's gotta go well. Yeah, it's a huge risk because that team is injury prone.
Yeah,
to me, it's like it's a better version of the Clippers. Like, yes, all goes well. That team could be really dangerous, but all has to go well.
That's a little disrespectful because Tatum and Brown are at least way healthier than.
I said better version as in better version as in health and skill wise. Yeah, but you're the one who keeps saying, no, but this year the Clippers got this year the Clippers got that. You're the one who keeps saying that.
We'll see. But my most impactful move, you're talking about defense. I'm gonna go with Marcus Smart, the Grizzlies,
which is just the other side of this trade.
Yeah, very very sneaky acquisition, and I see why they got it. But it's just completely scary to me that you got the last 2 defensive players of the year.
That shit is crazy.
One of them being a guard, one of them being a big man. Jaren Jackson Jr., I mean, it's literally to a point now where Steve Kerr is asking him on Team USA not to try to block every single fucking possession because we need you in the basketball game. That's how crazy his defense has gotten. And now with Ja Morant missing
but that's also a thing of...
foul trouble.
He's still a foul heavy. He has worked on it a lot.
Yeah.
It used to be he averaged like almost 5 fouls a whole game.
Well, he won Defensive Player of the Year last year.
Yeah,
remember the rules in FIBA are a little different. But
I feel like the calls are a lot more frequent in the NBA than FIBA. So if he's having that much trouble in FIBA, then it's just like, all right, chill out. Yeah. But given he's a ball stopper. He at the rim he's dangerous unless it's against
especially
AD.
If
unless it's against AD. But he is still a defensive player of the year for a reason because his defense is that fucking good. And then you have Marcus Smart, who is a top 5.
The first line, you got the first line of defense. Exactly. Marcus Smart. You don't have bullshit Dylan.
And
Brooks.
that's also going to be like. It kind of might hurt, like, Jaren Jackson Jr.'s defensive player of the year.
Oh, for sure.
Going back, because he's not going to get as many people coming to the rim, because Marcus Smart's going to lock that shit down.
But at the same time, it's going to make their defense that much more proficient.
100%.
Because anything that gets past Smart is going right to Jaren Jackson Jr., which is beautiful. Yeah,
it's just...
Like, teams are going to have to beat Grizzlies with the 3 ball.
Yeah.
They're going to have to.
Oh, my God, yeah.
And it's going to even be hard for them to get off that 3 ball.
Yeah.
Because stretch bigs are just going to be damn near eliminated because Jaren Jackson performs he can best against the stretch big.
Yeah, he can go right out to the 3.
And Marcus Smart can guard the 3. So it's going to be tough. And again, Desmond Bane is no slouch on the defensive end of the ball.
I mean, he doesn't got wingspan to, contest a 3, but he, on ball, is a great defender.
And hey, and if you guys got a center, Steven Adams is there. So it's fucking nuts.
Brandon Clark coming back too,
and then you'll have Ja Morant in game 26.
In game 26, and unless another gun charge pulls up,
I don't think so. I mean, it seems like he's getting his head right. I mean, that's what he's promoting. I love it. I think now this team without Dylan Brooks, I think this is a no bullshit team.
Yeah,
I truly, if they can survive those 25 games, which I think they will.
I think they will.
I think injuries could fuck them up. I don't think they will.
If they could just go 16-9 in those 25 games.
Because Ja Morant's a special player. I need people not to forget that. Ja Morant is a special fucking player. Once he gets back on that court, this team is going to dominate.
Top 5 point guard in the league.
Yeah.
Hands down.
This team is going to fucking dominate. They're going to the fucking moon once he comes back. It's going to be very hard to beat that team.
I just think... Yeah, no, I agree. They're a top 3 team in the West for me. Obviously, you could put it in whatever order you fucking want. Denver, Lakers, Grizzlies. Cool with me with whoever you got at number 1 and whoever you got at number 3. Because I think those 3 teams are all pretty elite. But, that team's defensive ability is just through the fucking roof. Like I'm saying with the Celtics a few minutes ago, their 1 through 5 is crazy defensively. Yeah, the Grizzlies 1 through 5 is also crazy defensively. Because Ja, again, no slouch on defense. He could work on it, but he's no slouch. He works hard on defense.
He's not the worst.
He's just not the best defender, but he works hard. He hustles. To me, given this is 2 different calibers
he's just
of player.
Small guy. Small guys just aren't.
He's not that small. Like Trae Young is a small guy who he tries, but he can't do shit about it.
He's just a wet paper bag.
Yeah. Like to me, there was always this argument of who's the worst defender, Luka or Trae Young, and I'm like, oh, Luka for sure, because Trae Young tries, he just too small to do anything. Luka will just move out the way of the defender and let them go by.
Fat fuck.
And
So, real quick, what are your real expectations for Wenbenyama? We're going to touch more on it when we get closer to the season, when we can see him more so in, training camp and everything, preseason, see how, he's shaping up to be, if he can get there healthy. I'm not, wishing injury. Well, obviously, I'm not wishing injury. But I'm not saying he's going to get injured, but if he gets to the season healthy, what are you realistically expecting? What would you like to see?
Well, I mean, first off, I've always been the guy to give players, young guys, a break when it comes to, everyone wants them to be a superstar immediately, and, with the Lonzo Balls and, the Markelle Fultzes and Brandon Ingrams of the world, it's just, you stop expecting players to come out and average 25 right out the gate at 19 years old. Players back in the day didn't get that, harp and that, beating of, you need to be good, fucking it took Steve Nash 7 years to become an all-star. Jason Kidd a few years to become an all-star type player. It's just let these players develop and let them, get to that point. But Wemby is, I feel a step above some, as far as talent level. So I could realistically see him coming out and putting up 17 and 8. Maybe a block and a half a game, 2 blocks. I think his defense is going to be huge right off the bat. I think his interior defense is going to be amazing off the bat. I think he's going to need to work on offense. I think his shooting isn't going to be good off the bat. I think it's going to take a bit to just adjust to the NBA level. So I could see him being 17, 8 and 2 with maybe a steal and 2 blocks a game.
That's
but
fair.
then I could see maybe 44% from field, 30% from 3. Yeah, just because there's an adjustment period. There's always an adjustment period for big.
I'm doing that whistle because I like that.
Yeah, I think
From
that's
a first
around
year,
that range.
44 and 30. I mean,
but for a big man, 44 ain't good though. That's the thing. 40, if you're mainly
from a big man that's shooting.
But I mean that's around the range because I don't think he's shooting below 40%. Fuck no. But I think
that'd be crazy.
I think he's going to be probably the third best scorer on that team because I think Keldon Johnson and Devin Vassell are probably averaging 20 points apiece for me.
Now, I'm just going to agree with everything that you say, and I'm not going to attack this with what I really expect from him. This is going to be what I
think
hope.
He's top 3 in rookie of the year, though, real quick, just to throw that out there. Because I think Chet might really,
I don't think Chet will win it just because that team's too talented.
But I think the fact that he will have a good impact on a good team.
But I don't think it'll be enough.
I think it'll help him
because I think Chet's going to average, 13 and 8.
But let's say this. If he averaged 13... I'm saying more around 15. Let's just say it's 15.
But on a team with Shea, a more developed Jalen Williams, and a more developed Giddey.
I think with that team, developing, it'll help him more. But okay, let's just say 13.
Dort?
Let's say
No, I'm just playing.
Dort's not scoring.
Fuck that guy.
Dort might be out of the fucking
league. No, I'm just kidding.
No, out of offensive schemes soon though, because that man this past year was 2 years ago cool. This past year his
ruined some bets for me.
Yeah, but anyway, like I said, Chat. Let's say he averages 13, 8, 2 blocks a game, but let's say his percentages are closer to 50 and closer to 35. I think he could still have a chance, and he's on a really good team. I think he could sway some people. But I think the hype around Wemby is so ridiculous. If there's
someone averaging 18, you got to give it to the person averaging 18.
No, Malcolm Brogdon won Rookie of the Year averaging 12 points a game when Embiid was averaging 20.
But Embiid also missed half the season.
Yeah, but there was no rule against number of games thing.
Yeah, but you don't give it to the guy that missed half the season over
average 20 though.
But missed half the season.
But who? I think these guys are going to get injured at some point. Have little nagging injuries throughout the season.
Yeah, but but not to miss a whole half of the season. You don't give it to that guy. But anyway,
I'm not giving my Rookie of the Year.
My hope is that the Spurs and Greg Popovich let Wenbenyama off the leash and just let him play. They don't cut his season short. They don't restrict him. I hope they just...
No, they want him to win Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, I just want them to let him ball out and do his thing. That's my hope. I hope they just change this rhetoric moving forward where they're just babying players. I hope they just let him play. That's just my thing. I don't care what his stats are. I don't care if he struggles. I just hope they let him play.
Let him fucking struggle. It'll teach him how not to struggle later on.
So, we're going to move on. So, the 3 biggest things that you're looking to from the season, I'll lead this one off. So the mid-season tournament. Psych, y'all thought.
Okay, I was like, bro, I just am so not giving a fuck
I don't give a fuck about that,
bro. I think it's just another way for players.
It's unnecessary.
It's so unnecessary, and it's another way for players to just get injured, bro.
Yeah,
you add more shit.
Well, I mean, they're counting it as regular season games. So
I get that, but they're supposed to be playing harder for charity thing. It's just I don't know. I don't think there's a reason for any mid-season.
They're trying to make
bullshit.
the NBA clicky. They're trying to make it.
I get that, and Adam Silver, good job with the play-in tournament. I think the play-in tournament is phenomenal. I love the play-in tournament, and I think it adds another level to the end of the season. But I think the mid-season tournament, there's no point to it. Yeah, it's just.
Adam Silver is doing too much when he
because the mid-season we already have not mid-season but 50 games in we already get the All-Star break, so it's just why do we need to add in something 10 games beforehand? It's just
Adam Silver, I think he's doing too much when he doesn't have to. The NBA is already in a different stratosphere.
Yeah, I feel the NBA where it is right now is kind of perfect.
Yeah,
we don't need to shorten them. We already saw 72 games wasn't really the best. But they only did it because of COVID and the restrictions between cities and cities and states and states. 82 games, perfect regular game amount. Play-in tournament, great addition, good job. Keep that. Play-ins, the brackets and the seedings, Don't do 1 through 16. Keep it conference to conference. Good. Boom. Perfect. Love that. So I think it's just, I think it's good where it is. It doesn't need to keep changing. We don't need to keep
he's
getting...
looking to make too much changes, in my opinion. And my thing is
don't add no fucking 4-point line. You see
baseball making all these changes, but it's for the better because baseball needed to change.
Yeah, the fucking pitch clock and everything.
All that shit, that shit needed to change.
Yeah, because baseball was the same for too long.
Yeah, NBA doesn't need to change, and it's he's trying to do too much. But that we went way off track because I tried to cap. But I'm looking forward to a healthy NBA. I said it last year. I'm going to say it again. I love the reset of the league where everyone comes in healthy. It doesn't last for too long, but I love that everyone's healthy. A healthy Kawhi, a healthy Anthony Davis, a healthy Zion Williamson, a healthy Benjamin Simmons, a healthy everybody. I fucking love it. Let's go. Healthy KD, healthy Kyrie. Give it to me. I love day one of the NBA when everyone's on the court and everyone's playing. Hopefully, barring no preseason bullshit.
I'll say Kristaps already nagging injury though.
We don't give a fuck about Kristaps. He'll be healthy someday. But
someday.
Number 2 is I think more than ever we have multiple stars under pressure, and I love that. So for one, Kevin Durant on the Suns.
Yes,
he has pressure to bring one home. I think this year might be one of his last chances.
Yeah.
They could bring this team again back next year.
And I low-key think the Suns, like, they recovered pretty well after getting Bradley Beal and having no one on that team. Like, bro, Eric Gordon coming off that bench, I think is huge.
He did good for the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Bahamas?
I just think a bunch of players that they brought in like are good bench pieces for them. I think like that team could actually low key like not just be only top heavy. I think that team could actually do something. I think they're my fourth best team in the West.
Yeah. Luka on the Mavs, I think he's going to have pressure because I think if he doesn't make the playoffs again, I think he has to face some kind of heat. Because at the end of the day, I think Luka, off his talent alone, should at least make the play-in. Yeah. So to not make it at all, that'd be pretty embarrassing.
I just think last year there was way too many variables.
No, I think that trade for Kyrie threw things off, but I think a fresh start with Kyrie, everything, you got to make the playoffs.
They were like a 5 seed before that trade.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
I think they will be fine. I think they will actually be really good. Because I think Kyrie, we were talking about this last episode, I think Kyrie is locked in. And I think Luka's locked the fuck in. He's showing it in the fucking World Cup. He looks thin, not like thin, but he looks like thin for Luka. I think he's well because there was a few shots. Last year, coming into last year and coming into this year, he's been in the best shape coming into the season. So the year before that, he came in looking out of shape, and it took about 30 games for him to really get into the field. This last year ends looking like this coming year, looks like he's coming into the league or coming into the season in shape. And so love that. And I think Josh Green is going to take a step. I think Jaden Hardy showed a really good little jump at the end of last year. Yeah. I think their rookie Derek Lively, phenomenal. I think Grant Williams is a huge pickup for that fucking team.
They need another leader in there.
Yeah, and he's just good 3-and-D. He can do a little bit of everything.
Get him away from Jimmy Butler.
I'm gonna make both. But both.
To just finish off the point, seeing the pressures on these stars. So KD, Luka, I think Tatum, like we mentioned earlier, he has decent pressure because I think if he doesn't get it done, I think it would be like, well, what the fuck at this point? Joel Embiid.
That's the biggest one for me. I was like, don't
Joel
forget
Embiid.
Yeah, that's the biggest one for me.
I think Steph, but it's not like a pressure like he has to win one or his legacy is tainted.
I think there's zero.
I think it's pressure as in like, okay, you win this one, you're definitely the best point guard of all time. You win another one.
Yeah, because that would be 5 in the LeBron era.
And then
5 in the LeBron era.
I think Giannis, just because of the comment that he said. I think it's pressure alone. Like this.
Which comment? Because he's been saying a lot this summer.
All of the comments.
Okay, because I was like, right from it wasn't a failure all the way up till recently, where he said, if in 2 years I'm in a position where this team isn't looking to win and I'm still looking to win, I won't be here. I'm like, oh shit, Giannis is ready to leave.
And at that point, if he doesn't win,
and I don't blame him.
The spotlight will be back on him.
Yeah,
because now we're talking about what. 3 or 4 years now again removed, or I think 3 years removed from him winning a championship. Yeah. And then Trae Young. Trae Young's gonna have. He has a lot of pressure.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
So there's a lot of pressure on a lot of players. I love it. I think the playoffs are gonna be stressful.
And I think the only player I disagree with is Steph, just because I feel like given one more ring, he's definitively the best point guard of all time. Given right now, I already think. Well, see,
but I also think this is the Warriors' bridge here too. Like this could be the end of them.
I'm always so torn in the Magic and Steph talk, just because I feel like Magic, if he didn't go out for those 3 years because of his, I was just gonna say his health reasons, but because of having the AIDS. Technically he had HIV, not exactly AIDS. Either way, but just because he was a dog. I feel like he did what he did in such a short period. I mean, given 11 years, but I think if he had another 3, 4, 5 years without any health concerns and shit, I think his numbers would really reflect a lot better. And I mean, we wouldn't even be talking about John Stockton being leader in this, leader in that. I think we'd be talking about Magic, and that would just solidify him he's already the number one in most people's eyes. So if you add even more stats to it, maybe another ring to it. Yeah. And so, but Steph.
Yeah, and the last thing I'm looking forward to from this season is Benjamin Simmons. Ben Simmons said that he would kill his last year version of himself, that he's back and he's ready to go. I love it because if Ben Simmons is ready to go, that means the Brooklyn Nets are ready to go, and that team is going to be fucking phenomenal if he's ready to go. Mark my words, if Ben Simmons is actually true to his word, he's healthy, he's ready to go, he's even 80% of what he used to be, that Nets team is going to be very, very spicy because you're talking about Simmons and Bridges and Dorian Finney-Smith and Nick Claxton in the same lineup. That defense is fucking insane. Insane. Ben Simmons, rooting for you, guy. Don't let me down. Keep letting me down.
You done?
Yes.
Following the camera guy? Alright. Calm the fuck down. It's just Benjamin Simmons.
It's Benjamin Simmons. We don't even call him Ben anymore.
So, to me, given yes, he had a surgery. That surgery is an 18-month recovery time, which ended about...
It's been 3 years, bucko.
No, the surgery, the recovery time ended about 3 months ago. So he played all of last year in recovery time. Because he got it the spring before last season.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Feels like 3 years. It's been very
he had a couple surgeries, but this last surgery, 18-month recovery time. So, last year he was playing through recovery. So, I mean, I'm not shitting on the dude, but I'm pretty sure coming into last year on JJ Redick's podcast, he said kind of the same thing and was saying that he's going to shoot more threes. He's going to, be more team-oriented.
I definitely think we knew that was bullshit, though. We saw right through that. This year, I don't know.
This is bullshit.
I don't know. It's more believable for me.
I want him to get back to, not being dog shit and not being a cancer. It's his contract year, too. But do I think it's going to happen? No.
It's his contract year.
I'm just kind of sold on the fact.
He's a bag getter, man. Don't forget. Ben Simmons is a bag getter. He will do what it takes to get the bag.
I just think...
What are your 3 things?
I just think Ben Simmons is, cool if he gets better, cool if he doesn't. My 3 things, I'm giving this kind of bumps into one of the things you were saying, but I was being a bit more specific. I'm ready to see Zion come back and be healthy.
Love it.
He was just saying the whole league health. Zion got a bone to pick with people.
And a boner to pick.
I just don't get it. I just don't get what goes through.
You guys get it.
I don't know. I get it, but I just don't get it.
You guys
he loves his BBLs. Anyway, I just want to see him. He looks healthier than he's ever looked. He is fucking shredded right now. He's in the gym nonstop. I think, given if he can just fucking stay healthy, and he looks slim, so I think weight might not really be an issue on his ankles and his knees and shit. But, man, if he can just actually show the fuck up, Brandon Ingram can, not be this USA Brandon Ingram and be last year Brandon Ingram. Because low-key, last 13 games of last year, Brandon Ingram averaged 29, 8 and 7 on 53, 40 percentage from the 3.
CJ McCollum showed so many shades of being a good point guard too.
Oh my god, yeah. I think this team just all goes right. And given before all the injuries last year, they were a fucking 1 seed. It's just this team can just be so fucking good, but it's just injuries fucking just they're always in the way. So that's my one thing. Zion Williams, I'm ready for him to be back. Fucking yes, I'm ready. Number 2, Lakers. I think this is the year that AD is going to take the team. I think this is the year he has to. If he doesn't do it this year, I don't know if he will. So I think this is the year where he has to be like, all right.
They gave him the contract for it.
The biggest extension of all time. So I think this is the year where he just goes and says, all right, I got you, bro. I got this. And just takes reins, goes out there, averages 27 and 12, goes and be a dog, be in the running for MVP, be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. I think this is the year that he has to do it. And if he does, I think this team wins the title. And then my third thing, I'm just kind of I mean, it goes back to kind of something we were already talking about, but I just want to see Kristaps be like a all-star, man.
Yeah, you want to see the Celtics win this chip?
No, I don't want to see the Celtics win the chip.
He's an all-star. God damn.
I just love Kristaps, bro. I've loved him since he was a Knick because I was so happy that he was actually good. And Kristaps Porzingis, or no, what did Michael Rappaport say? What did he say? Dingus Porzingis. Yeah, like he did not know the dude's name, bro. I just. Latvia instead of Latvia, like I just love Kristaps, and I just want to see him like actually, you know, maybe have an all-star season on a really good team. I don't know.
Will we even see him in a Celtics uniform?
That's crazy.
That's a good question. You got any bullshit to close here? Because for me, listen, I know it's baseball.
Oh fuck!
But Wander Franco.
Oh shit!
Piece of shit.
Oh fuck!
He's about to lose his whole career for fucking with underage women.
Who's this guy? Oh fuck! Who is this guy? I don't watch baseball, so I'm out of the loop.
So very good young player. 20. Okay. I think he's 21 years old.
Oh, somebody had this in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
21 years old. Got caught talking to two 14-year-olds. Hey, so his career is most likely done. Fuck? I still hate
Karl Malone.
Yes, that's where I'm going with this. I hate that Karl Malone got an entire luxurious career even after getting caught doing it, all because that girl's parents wanted some money.
You know what's crazy?
They're bad getters, but they're shitty.
Shitty human beings. I'm not that much of a bad getter. I would have killed him. But real talk. I don't give a fuck. But that man is the 1,000th ranked power forward of all time.
Yeah, fuck Karl Malone. With that being said,
you'll never see him in a ranking for me on Earth. He is the most scumbag human being on the planet.
And bro,
I don't care what anyone.
And Adam Silver is still trying to find ways to honor him.
The Utah, wait, was it this past year that they were in Utah for the All-Star break, or the year before? The last time they were in Utah, I think it was this past year. They didn't have it for John Stockton. The whole ceremony, this, that, and the third. They had a whole fucking ceremony for Karl Malone because the All-Star game was in Utah. Adam Silver, get your fucking head on straight, because this man was a pedophile. Fucking scumbag. And you out here supporting him. Showing him out. LeBron looked uncomfortable standing next to that motherfucker, shaking his hands. Get your fucking head on straight.
Shaking a dirty-ass hand.
I will never have that man in a ranking in my life.
But with that being said, thank you for watching. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share.
R.I.P. Bray Wyatt.
Yes. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. I know we don't have a WWE side to the podcast. That shit was sad.
But that's just somebody in sports entertainment who had passed away. There was another wrestler right before him.
Terry Funk.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Well. Yeah. R.I.P. Two legends. Sad stories.
Yeah. We, we're out of here. Hope you guys like this new, one-on-one version of the the one-on-one version of Off the Backboard. This was the Built Different podcast. Like, subscribe, and share. We got a lot of content.
Shout out Belgium. Shout out Ghana. Shout out everybody.
That's that.
We're not going to talk about that. It's okay. Talk about it, baby.